This week is a bridge for you. On one side is the life you've been managing with steady hands and familiar routines. On the other side is the life you're ready to own with cleaner systems, honest joy, and real security. You're an earth sign at heart, so stability is your oxygen. This week doesn't steal that from you. It tests the structure, so you can reinforce what lasts and shed what doesn't. Think of it like walking across a wooden footbridge. Some planks are firm, some are loose, and one section is being rebuilt right under your feet. If you keep your eyes open and your steps deliberate, you cross with more confidence than before. Let's talk about your identity and energy first, because your body is the vehicle that carries everything else. Early in the week, you feel a pull to refresh how you present yourself, how you dress, how you speak in meetings, even the small choices like a new profile photo or a trimmed bio. This is not empty polish. It's a practical edit that fits the real you. Expect a few jolts as you try new things. You may book a haircut and then second-guess it, or try a new gym plan and realize your joints need a slower ramp. The worst-case version of this week for your body is pushing too hard and pulling a muscle, or white-knuckling through fatigue until you get snappy and regret a comment. The honest solution is boring but powerful. Smaller steps, steadier pacing, and one good boundary around your sleep window. If you do that, the best-case version is a quiet glow-up that other people notice without you trying. Money and voice sit in the spotlight next. Your finances want fewer tabs open. If you've been juggling budgets in your head, this week can expose leaks. Auto-renewing subscriptions, a bill that went unpaid, a refund that never arrived, a delivery that needs chasing. There's also a tone issue around your words. You might be tempted to sound extra clever to win a negotiation or to impress a client. Be careful. The danger is over-promising or using fancy language that creates confusion later. If your role involves handling money or advising others, know this: sloppy numbers or lofty talk can backfire quickly right now. In a harsh scenario, a commission falls through or a raise discussion stalls because the case you made wasn't clear. In a healthy scenario, you strip your message down, show the math, send invoices on time, and get paid with less drama. If you trade or invest, treat the middle of the week through Sunday as a size-down window. Not a panic, a realism reset. Your long game thrives when the rules are simple and written down. Communication, skills, and short trips feel surprisingly emotional midweek. A family chat thread may light up over a small misunderstanding. A neighbor might need help, or a sibling could ask a favor that pulls you off schedule. The worst-case version is a reactive message you can't take back, or a commute snafu that spirals your mood. The best case is you practicing kind, short, clear messages and keeping your day moving. If you're learning a skill, coding, writing, editing, content production, pick one tiny slice and ship a draft. You'll be tempted to compare yourself to strangers online. Don't. Your progress is real when it's measurable, not when it's retweeted. Home and roots are tender this week. If you live with others, feelings are loud around Friday and Saturday. Someone may want the house to look a certain way. Someone else may crave quiet. Someone may bring up a topic from the past. The raw version: if there's clutter, it can feel like criticism. If there's a power struggle, it can turn into a scene. Parents or older relatives might need a check-in. If there's any ongoing condition, schedule support rather than pretending it's fine. A worst case here could look like a sudden appliance issue, a deposit dispute, or tension with a landlord. The better path is simple: small fixes that matter, a little honesty about needs, and resisting impulse purchases for the home that are shiny but not useful. Your sign doesn't like throwing money at problems. This is the week to honor that wisdom. Creativity, kids, dating, and speculative risks are the center of the story. By midweek, you're asked to prove what works in this part of life. Think of a spotlight and an inspection clipboard arriving on the same day. If you create art, content, code, products, your process is judged by whether it ships, not by how pretty your brainstorming doc looks. If you're parenting or mentoring, routines and responsibilities want to be clear and fair. If you're dating, the mask slips off, yours or theirs. Mixed signals draw out consequences now. The raw truth: if you've been playing games, someone gets hurt. If you've been ignoring red flags, they become less subtle. If you've been speculating, trading, betting on high-risk plays, the week wants you to right-size risk. Worst case, a fun position becomes an expensive lesson. A situationship reveals a second storyline, or a promise to a kid gets broken and trust takes a hit. Best case, you simplify the rules, you speak plainly, you keep a commitment you can actually keep, and joy returns because the pressure to perform drops. Work, health, and conflict management feel like driving with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. You want to move. Delays and approvals say, hold. You want to be fair. Someone tests your patience. The danger at work is heat without progress, passive-aggressive emails, performative urgency, and meetings that create tasks instead of solving them. In extreme cases, there can be HR escalations or performance plans for people who ignore boundaries and process. If you've been covering for a colleague and simmering, that boil can spill. The sane route is to make the process better. Clearer tickets, fewer steps, cleaner handoffs, deadlines that everyone agrees to in writing. Health-wise, desk strain, jaw tension, and sleep debt are the usual suspects. You cope best with tiny course corrections rather than hero sprints. Your sign builds strong results with rhythm, not adrenaline. Partnerships and contracts mirror your own edits. Business partners, clients, or a romantic counterpart respond directly to the standards you hold yourself to. If you're inconsistent or vague, they will be too. If you're clear, they align faster than you expect. In a hard version of the week, there can be talk of separation, negotiation standoffs, or a public disagreement if either side tries to win rather than solve. In a better version, you go in with enough humility to revise a clause, trade a smaller win today for a bigger win later, and keep the connection. Your sign is good at loyalty and value. Apply those two words and watch friction drop. Shared money, deep emotions, and secrets are intense behind the scenes. This is where taxes, insurance, inheritances, joint loans, or private agreements live. If something here is messy, it will insist on attention. In the worst case, an audit letter arrives, a claim is rejected, or a partner stops cooperating. If there's a breakup in your world, the tangle begins here. The right response is documentation and transparency. This area rewards truth and punishes wishful thinking. On the emotional side, intimacy may demand a honest conversation about power, consent, or what safety actually means for both of you. That talk can feel heavy, but it prevents bigger storms later. Beliefs, mentors, studies, and travel plans are under quiet pressure to match reality. If you've been dreaming about a degree, a move abroad, a pilgrimage, or a big learning leap, you're likely to face practical questions now. Funding, paperwork, timelines, and the stamina to see it through. The harsh scenario is a delay that feels like a door closing. The wiser reading is that the door is still there. The hinges just need oil. If legal matters are in play, expect slow turns rather than instant outcomes. Patience is a skill this week, not a punishment. Career and public image can spike in visibility. Your name may circulate in rooms you don't see, online or in the organization. That can bring opportunities but also scrutiny. The harsh version is a misquote, a PR hiccup, or a manager who wants numbers you can't stand behind. Layoffs are a possibility in unstable teams. You'll sense the tremors if that applies to you. If you're in leadership, the test is credibility. Owning misses, cutting fluff, giving people a plan they can believe in. If you're hunting for work, one-page clarity wins over long pitches. Your sign has a natural sense for quality. Let that be your calling card. Friends, networks, and online communities are the weather around your goals. Some of it is bright and helpful. Some of it is fog. People promise more than they can deliver, and group plans get idealistic and vague. The risk is chasing clout or joining a crowd that drains your time without real support. The benefit is finding 2 or 3 people who are the real thing, steady, ethical, consistent. Those are the ones you build with. If numbers matter to your work, followers, reach, invites, expect fluctuations. A single post can take off, then nothing. Don't build your mood around the graph. Sleep, endings, and the quiet parts of life are a hidden key this week. Late nights tempt you, not because the content is good, but because you're trying to soothe a buzzing mind. That can pile up into foggy mornings, missed details, and stress that shows up as stomach or throat tightness. In an extreme, doom scrolling leads you into spaces online that feel hostile and addictive. Pull back. There's also a theme of closure here, small ones and big ones. Ending a subscription, archiving an old chat, boxing up a memory, writing a note you never send. Your sign holds on because you build for the long term. This is a week to release what doesn't serve that long term. Now the meaning beneath all this. The week asks you to trade performance for proof. Not louder, truer. Not more, cleaner. The friction you feel is not punishment, it's precision. When things stall, it's not because the universe is against you. It's because the plan is asking to be simplified so it can survive contact with real life. That's the karma of this stretch. Learn how to enjoy what you build, not just how to build it. Learn how to love without performing for approval. Learn how to handle money without letting money handle your peace. Learn how to lead with steadiness, not with noise. So what could go wrong, honestly? A sloppy expense becomes a week-long distraction. A home scene turns dramatic over a small slight. A fun trade stings. An avoidable accident happens if you rush when you're tired. A relationship wobble surfaces if you've been dodging clarity. A boss asks for proof at the worst possible moment. A friend group promises the world and delivers a mood board. None of that means your ground is falling away. It means the bridge is doing what bridges do under load, creaking and revealing which bolts need tightening. You tighten them by telling the truth, writing things down, and trimming extras. And what can go right? More than you think. A small brand refresh lands. A budget finally feels accurate. A family talk softens. A kid responds to one steady rule. A creative piece ships. A manager respects your clarity. A partnership resets its terms and gets stronger. A friend or mentor appears who is worth their weight in gold. Sleep returns because you stop negotiating with your bedtime. Your week ends with a clean line drawn through the parts that were making your life noisier than it needed to be. Here's the final hook for you, the one that fits your sign best. Value is the promise plus the proof. This week gives you both if you meet it with calm effort. Keep your hands on the work, keep your voice plain, keep your home simple, and keep your money honest. If you need a single challenge for the close of the week, make it this. Choose one habit that protects your peace and keep it for one day. That's it. One habit. When you do, you'll feel it in your bones. The bridge didn't just carry you across. It made you surer of your own step.